Hello, it's Rebecca here. I got a new nib today. This is a nib I ordered from AliExpress back at the end of November, beginning of December, and it arrived today, January 3rd. And it is advertised as a Naginata nib. And it was $4.60 Canadian. It's about $4 US, maybe $3.50. And it came with a feed. It came together on a feed. But I was not able to get the feed unit out from this pen. So I just pulled the nib off and replaced it. So I've been writing with it, and I realized that while a few months ago I was embracing nibs like this, which it writes essentially like an architect with narrow down strokes and wide cross strokes. While a few months ago I was embracing nibs like this, right now I am embracing the fine. So I'm not really feeling in the mood for this nib. So I thought, because it was so difficult to get the original nib off this pen, I thought I would show you how I got the nib off. It involved swearing, so I'll try not to do that. But it might be easier because it's come off already. Yep, that was way easier than removing the original nib. So that came off. I've just put it over here onto a towel. And I'm using the towel to wipe the ink off the inside of the nib. Here it is, complete with its bulky little tip. It must be at least a medium, possibly a broad, but I'm thinking a medium that was ground down. So I'm going to pop that onto the feed gently so I don't stab myself. There we go. So I can put that aside. So that was a specialty ground nib, and now I'm putting the original nib back on my pen, and this is going to be difficult. This was tight. Yeah, I think that's on there. Okay, I can still see black. I shouldn't be able to see black. I should see just gold. Almost. I might call that good. I might call that good enough. Yeah. So have to get the nib writing again. Let's try priming it. So yeah, I just wasn't feeling the bulkier nib, the broader nib. It was a nice nib, not especially smooth, had quite a bit of tooth to it or feedback to it. So I've gone back to the fine nib. It's very similar to replacing a nib on a Lamy Safari or Lamy All-Star. Come on. Okay, there is ink in there. Some came out on my finger. Just have to get it coming out the end. There we go. This is a very dry nib. Dry fine nib. So let's try and open the tines a little. See, I'm pressing down very gently, enough to get some flex in the metal, but not to spring the tines. So I'll just try that again. Flex in the middle, but you don't want to spring the tines or splay the tines. It's not much better. Let's try again. Just, that's a bit better. It doesn't look any different. Now, this has been an interesting ink. On this side of the page, I don't know if you can see it, but there is bleed through here. And this is from the nib I just put back on, the Jinhao 80 in ivory with the fine nib. It's a very, very fine nib, and it's very dry, and it bleeds through. Yeah, you can see that, I think. It bleeds through on Tomei River 52 gram paper. 52? 54? The finer, the lighter weight, the Hobonichi style paper. Whereas when I put the much broader Naginata nib on here, it did not bleed through. So I don't know why it bled through when it was a drier, finer nib, unless it's scratching through. Maybe it's scratching through. So test here. Not bleeding through now. Didn't bleed through thick. Not bleeding through now. I'm confounded. Oh well. It's a mystery. But I did just replace a nib on my Jinhao 80. This is a goulet grip. This says UBE. I think it said inner tube or tire tube, something like that. This is a bit of like the inner tube of a tire. It's black rubber, it's flexible, it's a goulet grip, and it works really well. I had tried an elastic band, I tried tape, I tried masking tape, I tried washi tape, I tried duct tape. It was this guy that got the nib off in the first place. So the other bonus of this is it protects you from the point of the nib. This one is quite sharp, and I was a little worried when I was putting it back on that I would stab myself, but I have refrained from doing so. There is ink on my fingers and one cat scratch, but no blood. No fresh blood, at least. So thank you. I have reinstalled a nib. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.